Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm very excited for this video because it's going to be my February Shop My Stash intro. I'm basically just going to be showing you everything I picked out to play with this month, and I have everything in my box, so let's just go ahead and jump in. This month is pretty exciting because almost everything except maybe like 4 things is indie. So for eyeshadow palettes, I wanted to do something very small that I didn't have to commit to as much just because I literally have stacks of new palettes that I want to play with this month and I want to get use out of. So I decided to just go ahead and choose the Sassy Sienna's palette from Dose of Colors, which is some beautiful warm corally matte shades. I thought that this would be fun and also not that hard to use a few times and be able to give a review on, as opposed to last month I did a palette that was 39 shades, which I did a lot of looks to be able to talk about each shade. I also want to use my Enchanted Luster Cosmetics Soul Prism single eyeshadow more. It is such a beautiful duochrome. I thought it would pair really well with the Sassy Sienna's palette, so I picked that out. And then last but not least for eyeshadows, the other single that I really want to get use out of is the Shimma Shimma eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, which just looks like this. I'm very, very close to hitting pan on this, so that would be my goal for this month. I also have the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, and then a Love Luxe Beauty sparkler in the shade Northern Lights. I believe that this is discontinued, and I remember liking it, but then I stopped using it because it wasn't available, but I really want to use it more. I think it'll be a beautiful inner corner highlight. It looks like it's like a white, blue, purple duochrome. If I can find another liquid shadow to recommend as an alternative to this, I will, since it's not available for purchase, but I want to get more use out of that. Alright, so moving on to face products, I'm going to start off with the Paul & Joe Pearl Foundation Primer in 002. This was sent to me from Chantilly a few months ago, and I remember liking it, but I'd like to get more use out of it. I remember it being pretty moisturizing, so that'll be better for winter. I'm also going to be using the Ordinary Serum Foundation in the shade 1.0N, which is like a lighter coverage foundation. And then I have 2 concealers. One is the Berry M All Night Long concealer in the shade Milk, which I really, really like this. And then I have the NARS concealer in the shade Chantilly. This is just like the full coverage one, which I thought would be good this month just because I've been breaking out a lot. I really, really want to finish this and get it out of my collection because A, it's old, and B, it's not cruelty free. And then I also have the Flower Beauty Baking Setting Powder, which I bought a few months ago and only used a few times. I'm not sure. I had mixed feelings about this powder, so. For blush this month, I chose the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 2 from Juvia's Place, which just looks like this. I believe I bought this in the beginning of 2018 or the end of 2017. I can't remember exactly, but I really want to get more use out of this, and I feel like it does have a few different options. I could do like blush toppers, I could do a little cool tone, a little warm tone, and just play with this a bit more. For bronzer, I have one of my absolute favorites. This is the Divina Sandbar bronzer. It just looks like this. I honestly, going through my bronzers, trying to do like a Shop My Stash for them, like, I know my bronzers really well. I don't have that many, only like 8, which I know is still probably a lot to some people, but I know all 8 of them pretty well, so I just decided to go ahead and choose one of my favorites. And for highlighter, one that I have not used in a really long time, but I remember loving, is the Makeup Geek highlighter in the shade Glitz, which just looks like this. It's like a really beautiful pink tone. And like, I really have not used this in a hot minute, so I'm excited to use this again. And then I have the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Mango Setting Spray, which I've only used a few times. I got it a few months back as PR, and I just want to use it more. I'm not too keen on the smell. It is very, 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 very sweet, but I would like to test it out more and see what difference it makes for my foundation wear time and everything like that. Alright, last but not least, I have some lippies, and I have a few different options this month, but they are all nudes. So first off, I have the Comfy lipstick from M Cosmetics, which just looks like this. It's kind of like a grayish, cool tone nude, so I would like to use that some more, test out the formula. I bought this for the packaging, but I really want to use it more. And then I have the Gerard Cosmetics Kimchi Doll lipstick, which I'm very interested to try because I received this as PR as well, and whenever I opened it, I realized that it looks, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but it looks like there's minuscule sparkles in this lipstick, so I'm very curious to see how it'll look on the lips. I swatched it and it didn't look that sparkly, but when I saw the sparkles I was like, oh my gosh, like what am I doing with my life? But it just looks like a really, really nice nude, which I could wear on its own or mix with other things, pair with a lip liner. So excited to test that out in the formula. I have not used that one yet. And then from Conjure Cosmetics, I have the Dance Party Gloss. This is like a light pink toned nude. Don't know how much I can show you, just, you know, from the wand you can see what it looks like. And basically I chose this because I was trying to do more indie stuff this month, and this is like, I think I only have 1 or 2 indie glosses, so I just went ahead and chose that one. And then last but not least, I have the Pop Beauty Matte Lip Paint, and what shade is this? This is the shade Nearly Nude. I have the packaging still. I have not tried this. They sent me a package with like 12 of these, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about the formula, so I figured I may as well pick one out to try. Ooh, that looks like a really nice nude color. Like a darker nude. I'm excited to try that one and see how I like it, and see if I'm going to keep any of the other ones, because I don't want to bring anything in my collection I'm not going to truly use. So I want to see if I love the formula or not. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just apply the Wet n Wild Eye Primer. Now going into this palette, I'm just going to start with this one. Just going to throw that in my crease. I'm kind of regretting not going in with a full coverage eyeshadow primer just because of the redness from tweezing my brows at the wrong time. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into this shade right here. That all the way through my crease. Just going to blend that out and build it up. I'm just going to go back in with some more of the first shade. Just blend that over. Now I'm going to take the deepest brown shade right here. I'm just going to put that in my outer V. Blend. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and go into Soul Prism, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. I have a feeling this is going to blend really well into this look because the background of this shade seems to be like a really warm tone. It looks really beautiful, but I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit on my finger. Yeah, make it just a little bit more intense. I didn't go in with my finger on this side, I just used the brush a little bit more, and I feel like you don't even need to use your finger. It looks really beautiful. Alright, now going into the Paul and Joe primer. I'm just going to go in with like, oh geez, oh it's so liquidy, like 3 pumps of the serum foundation. Ooh, that actually looks pretty good. I feel like I used to wear this a lot, but it's been a while. Now going with the NARS concealer, just gonna spot conceal any areas with extra redness. Just going in with my Berry M concealer to highlight and conceal underneath my eyes. Just taking a little bit of the baking powder, put that underneath my eyes. Now just picking up some of the bronzer. I haven't used this all month, and it's just like remembering how just perfect this shade is, how easily it blends. For blush today, I think I'm going to go into this shade right here called Tarte. It looks like a really bright orange. Just going to take the tiniest amount. Okay. And going to blend that I barely even touched the pan. What the heck? Yeah, it's not blending. I went with just a bit more because I want it to look blended. But that's some very strong blush today. I'm gonna go back in with my bronzer brush and just blend over that. Right now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna pick up the middle shade in the palette. And I'm just gonna put that along the entire thing. Right now, just picking up a little bit of Shimma Shimma, and I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. And then whatever's left over, I'm going to put underneath my brow bone. I think actually I want to go ahead and pick up just a little bit more of Soul Prism on the tip of this brush, and I'm just going to put that on the lower lash line right here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just add some mascara and some brown liner to my waterline. I've been obsessed with this one from Ardent Inn. I think, what is it called? Coffee. I love a brown liner with a really warm eye. I'm sure I'm really late to the party, but I just have been loving that lately. Before I totally forget, I'm just going to take a little bit of the Luxe Beauty shade, and I'm just gonna like tap it on the inner corner. Oh yeah, has like a really pretty blue reflect. And then I'm gonna take my highlighting brush and just blend it out. Alright, now going into the Makeup Geek highlighter. Just gonna pick up a good amount. I don't feel like the amount of love I do towards like the Pillow Talk highlighter from Ofra or Pink Lightning from Cindy Grace Cosmetics, which are my two favorite highlights, but it's nice. It looks a little bit more like more of a natural highlight, I would say. I mean, I'm building it up because that's me, but just going back with my blush brush to make sure it's blended together. Right now, going with my setting spray from Gerard. I think I decided I'm going to go ahead and do the Pop Beauty liquid lipstick. I feel like my bangs are getting to this awkward length where they're starting to cover my eyeshadow, and I'm not a fan, but also I'm like terribly afraid to cut them myself, but also I don't want to make an appointment. I kind of want to grow them back out because they're kind of annoying. I'm like almost at the point where I could do like this kind of thing. Still looks a little bit weird, but I don't know. Alright, so as far as the liquid lipstick goes, I think it feels pretty good. It did dry down all the way, and there is absolutely no transfer. It feels comfortable. It doesn't feel sticky. I like the way it looks on the lips. I hate when liquid lipsticks dry down and it looks like they're like sinking into all the lines on your lips, and this just looks pretty good overall. I'm curious to see how long it's going to wear for and what it's going to wear off like. The color reminds me so much of Midi from ColourPop. I used to love that liquid lipstick, so I do like it overall, and I really like the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and getting to see what I chose for February. And at the end of the month, the very last Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, whatever it is going to be my review of all of these items and how I felt about them. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.